All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to make a little short video. Won't make it too long because I'm actually losing my voice and I'm trying to get it back. So not trying to talk too much, but as you can see, I'll go ahead and show you guys. I am no longer in Florida. I'm actually in DC. And looks a lot like Virginia. I'm kind of like in the tri-state area, what they call the tri-state area, so really close to Virginia, Maryland. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the Bitcoin price because everybody, I know, is super excited that the Bitcoin price is going up. A lot of people are trying to figure out exactly why. A lot of people are saying it's because the increased volume on the back trading desk, which a lot of people were actually a little disappointed with. They were a little disappointed when back officially launched. And because of that, I think you saw like a big sell-off in the price of Bitcoin and subsequently the rest of the market. But, a lot of people knew eventually, the trading volumes would pick up, eventually, because the trading desk was being set up by the New York Stock Exchange. So at some point, they're going to need a huge amount of liquidity in order to attract institutional investors who want to be paid out in Bitcoin, not cash. And for you to be able to pay people out and have futures contracts, you need a large amount of Bitcoin on hand so that you can fulfill those orders. Cash is one thing. If they're going to pay out in cash, you don't really, New York Stock Exchange has access to plenty of cash reserves, but actually getting Bitcoin reserves, that's what we're going to see, and that's what's going to make the price substantially go up. A lot of people are also speculating President Xi of China, he's come out publicly, which is ironic. He came out publicly after Mark Zuckerberg talked about how, we as Americans need to be first in the same way that we were first to come out with a lot of the products for the Web 2.0 and the computer and the PC age. We need to adopt the same strategy and make sure we're not left behind in the Web 3.0, blockchain revolution. Because, unfortunately, the way I see it is a lot of countries are, who've been historically disadvantaged by the way that the current system is established and set up. I think in a weird way it kind of gives them a bit of an advantage going forward in the future, just because they don't have as much regulation, as much friction holding them back from adopting these technologies. And not only that, but they have a real need for the technology. They have a lot to gain from actually adopting a technology like this. A lot of people throughout the world don't have any access to blockchain infrastructure. They don't have any access, they don't have any access to banking infrastructure. They don't have any access to credit creation, loans, things that are typically provided by a bank that we in the first world easily have access to. A lot of these people don't have access to. So, because of that, there's going to be a big push around the world and in different parts of the world and different countries to adopt technology like this. So, ultimately, I look at it as a super bullish thing for Bitcoin and crypto. But realistically, what Z said, he specifically said blockchain. And just so I can make this clarification, because I think it's important for anybody who doesn't know or maybe is new, Bitcoin is it runs on a blockchain, but Bitcoin is actually a financial application. It is actually a sovereign digital currency that no government or person can control, and that's the application that Bitcoin has. You know, blockchain can have many applications, so it's a little unclear as to exactly how China plans to implement blockchain. And you know, it makes a lot of sense, one would believe, just based on the type of government that China has, that it's going to want to implement blockchain in a way that you know, they can control. But you know, I could be wrong. I'm just speculating on that. But I could definitely see that being a way they go. But yeah, you know, there's going to be many different financial instruments that are built on top of blockchain. It should be very interesting to see. You know, a lot of DeFi applications are being built right now. You know, so just I'm excited. I'm hanging tight. You know, there's not that many users in the DeFi space right now. In fact, I would say really most of the users probably come from Bitcoin, either Bitcoin or maybe the MakerDAO system, you know. But realistically, Bitcoin doesn't have the mass adoption that it should have because of, I mean, there's several reasons, but you know, basically it doesn't have, it's not scalable, and it's not necessarily seen as a good store of value all over the world. But it is an independent sovereign currency, so there's a good chance that while it still has the name recognition that it has, still has the level of adoption that it has, meaning people accept it, the ball's already rolling there. So it's always hard for somebody to come and deplace that. But I am excited to see more decentralized finance applications being used. For those of you guys who don't know, Bancor is planning to introduce 60,000 users into the decentralized finance space, and I really think that's also going to get the ball rolling in a big way. Bancor has a decentralized liquidity network. It allows you to exchange cryptos for other cryptos, and it's very cool to see that, you know, and eventually in one airdrop they'll be able to add 60,000 new users into the DeFi space, and these new users will be able to earn passively in a decentralized way, not facilitated by a government or a bank. You know, that's super cool, that's super interesting, and that's super bullish for the space because again, blockchain is one thing, financial applications is a whole nother thing, and governments seem to be very keen on using blockchain. But as far as financial applications, I think we're gonna have to make a big push next year, and I think, you know, that's when the clarity will really start coming out on how different countries are going to be able to utilize blockchain technology. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully the next video I'll have my voice back, and cheers guys.